Hi everybody! From animals that we've been looking for years to gigantic deep-sea creatures that seem to pop up from nowhere, here are 10 of the weirdest creatures spotted on Google Earth. New hominid species. Google Earth helped a group of scientists discover an entirely new species of hominids. In 2007, Dr. Lee Berger was pursuing Google Earth in the hopes of mapping new caves in the Cradle of Humankind, which is home to some of the biggest anthropological discoveries ever, including a ton of fossils of our ancestors. The images he messed with on Google Earth helped him find where some of these caves were. Whenever they arrived at the site of the caves, Berger's son found a set of ancient bones. A year later, they found further bones from the very same person. As it turns out, these bones came from a species that had not been discovered until Berger's son came upon them by accident. Now referred to as Australopithecus sediba, these hominids lived somewhere around 2 million years ago when humans were starting to come into existence. This species walked upright and had human features, but they had arms that were more like apes. Using these, they were able to climb through trees. However, they didn't have the brain power that humans have. They might be an ancestor of Homo erectus. It's pretty crazy to think that a discovery of this magnitude could have started by playing around on Google Earth. Giant centipede. Scotland might just be a hub for secret creatures. For one thing, they're well known to be the home of the Loch Ness monster, but recently, one Google Earth image appeared to show an even crazier sight in Scottish waters, an apparently 360-foot-long centipede underneath the water. If this were real, then it would be a monumental discovery. The biggest centipede currently on record is the Peruvian giant yellow-legged centipede, which only gets to around 10 inches long. Naturally, people were pretty shocked to see this image, and the debate raged on for a while. Some claimed that it was real, because what else could be going on underneath those waters to cause that image? But others think that it is probably fake. It's more likely to be a shadow or just something wrong with Google Earth's cameras. Given that scientists haven't come out and said that the longest centipede is actually 360 feet long as opposed to 10 inches, it's safe to say it's fake. However, it's still a mystery what was going on in that photo. And now for number 8, but first be sure to subscribe to Titanic if you are new here. Ningen. In 2007, a Japanese paranormal outlet posted a picture that they'd retrieved from Google Earth of what appeared to be a ningen in the flesh, right around Namibia's coast. A ningen is a humanoid creature that hangs out in the waters of Antarctica, according to Japanese myths. They're a lot like us. Ningen means human, with 2 eyes, the same kinds of hands, but they're also alleged to have tails like mermaids. If this picture is accurate, then the ningen could be about our size or even bigger, and other sightings have varied as to how big the ningen they saw were. Some have even reported that they can get up to 90 feet long. One sighting a few years back by a Japanese ship showed an alleged ningen around Antarctica. They're typically only spotted around very cold waters, and even then, only at night. Who knows for sure whether or not the ningen is real, but it has yet to be debunked, so it's definitely something to think about. Loch Ness Monster. One man from Nottingham, England, named Jason Cook, claims to have discovered the Loch Ness Monster on Google Earth. The Loch Ness Monster has been one of the most highly sought-after creatures on Earth, and every year more and more people come out of the woodwork to claim that they've seen it. But rarely do people come out and say that they found it on Google Earth. Apparently, these folks didn't even need to leave their house. Take a look at these pictures for yourself. You can see that it doesn't look much like what we'd expect the Loch Ness Monster to look like. In fact, it looks a lot like a boat, but no one knows for sure. Maybe the Loch Ness is just a big white creature rather than a black one. Google Earth has shot down the idea that their application has made big discoveries. For instance, when someone claimed to have found Atlantis through Google Earth a few years back, they explained that it was incorrect. But in this case, they've only said that they can't say for certain whether or not this is the Loch Ness Monster. So maybe time will tell if the Loch Ness actually looks different than we previously thought. Lost Forest. Thanks to images from Google Earth, scientists were able to discover a massive rainforest masked from plain sight inside of Mount Lico, a volcano in Mozambique. You'd think that this is the kind of thing that we would have known about for a long time, but it took serious technological advances in order to make this crazy possibility a reality. It's a world that's been separated from ours for millennia. In fact, it's actually the second time that scientists have discovered rainforests separated from the world due to Google Earth. It happened once before, around 2005, when Dr. Julian Bayliss discovered one inside of Mount Mebu in the same region because of Google Earth images. So Bayliss was naturally pretty excited when their team discovered yet another rainforest. On this new journey into LICO, they've already gotten their money's worth in the form of new kinds of butterflies and an entirely new kind of mouse. They definitely found weird things in Mebu, like the ghost slug, but because LICO is even more isolated, they have high hopes that they'll find crazy things here. Kraken in Antarctica. For ages, Norse mythology has spoken about the existence of the Kraken, which is pretty much a humongous squid that could tear passing sailors apart. It might seem mythical, but some recent images from Google Earth have brought this myth back into the real world. Take a look at these astounding pictures, which conspiracy theorists are claiming show that there is a huge Kraken lurking out there around Deception Island in the Antarctic waters. If these images are accurate and do indeed depict a squid, then it would have to be around 360 feet long. Can you even imagine a squid that's bigger than a football field? What's more, it looks like it's making quite a stir in those waters, stirring up the surface of the water as if it's saying, "I'm here, I'm real, get used to it." However, this photo was debunked pretty soon after the conspiracy theorists started circling around it. The coast off of Deception Island is renowned for its rocky terrain, and researchers have identified this rock as Sail Rock. It matches up with the maps of the area, so there's probably no Kraken in these waters, but it definitely looks like it. Corfu Island Sea Monster. It's not every day that you discover a sea monster while you're on a cruise, but that might be exactly what happened for Harvey Robertson, whose picture of a seemingly mythical creature has been making the rounds on social media. While he was sailing with his family on a cruise around Parga, one of the Greek islands, he thought the color of the water was beautiful. However, when he took another look at the photo, he was stunned. The photo shows a picture of what appears to be a gigantic manatee-like creature. In one picture, the creature seems to be jumping out, and then in the next, it's jumping back in. Of course, this caused quite a stir among animal experts who claim that it was everything from a whale to the strange offspring between crocodiles and hippos. However, most people think that there is a much simpler explanation. Dr. Darren Naish, for example, contends that the creature is actually just a piece of a fender that broke off from a boat sailing through the water. While this is entirely plausible, it is still only a theory, so there may yet be something out there in those waters. Crabzilla. In 2014, the Sunday Express posted a story about the presence of a large crab inside of the shallow water directly off a pier in Whitstable. It was sent to them by Quentin Winter off the website Weird Whitstable. Quentin thought it was just sand at first, but then he said that he thought he'd seen it when he visited Whitstable the summer prior. He recounted the incident in pretty terrifying detail. If the picture is accurate, then the crab would have to be somewhere around 50 feet long. That's 38 feet longer than the Japanese spider crab, which is regarded worldwide as the biggest crab out there. However, Paul Clark, a crab expert at the Natural History Museum in London, has looked at the pictures and he determined that they were fake. He said it was clearly a shore crab that was photoshopped beyond its, at most, 2-inch length. Plus, the photo came from a Bing Maps photo without a crab. I mean, what do you think? Let me know. Bigfoot is arguably the most sought-after mysterious creature known to man. Do you believe Bigfoot is out there? A Canadian in British Columbia claims to have evidence of his existence. The video was posted by Wow For Real, a YouTuber who is an extensive paranormal researcher. He claims to have located Bigfoot somewhere in British Columbia along the Trans-Canada Highway. You can check out his video for yourself, which contains a number of Google Earth images as evidence. Bigfoot has been a mystery for over 100 years, even before the term Bigfoot was in common usage. It is a common practice for cultures to have some kind of myth concerning the existence of anthropomorphic giants lurking in the woods. Some of them claim that Bigfoot is a cannibal, or that it's nocturnal, or that they would carry children away. But today, the Bigfoot legend is known for the conspiracies that it inspires. So Wow For Real does have some pretty good picture evidence for Bigfoot, but who knows? Some commenters have decried the video, claiming that it's just a tree stump or some other forest object, but we may never know for sure. Until then, the mystery stays alive. Mysterious creature in New Zealand. In 2014, one New Zealand engineer named Peter Whitehira was traveling around Oke Bay just off the east coast of the North Island of New Zealand when he claimed to have spotted a giant wake in the water. But nothing was found. And now if you look at Google Earth, you can see for yourself that there was clearly a large disturbance inside of the water. He was only looking for a place to build his vacation home, but he might have uncovered a deep mystery. Whitehira claimed that this water disturbance could indicate the existence of a large creature swimming underneath. Based on the size of the wake captured by Google Earth, this creature would have to be somewhere around 36 feet long. This puts whales in the running, but from the length of the wake, we also know that it couldn't be a whale because it was moving way too quickly. Maybe it was a boat? White Hera says otherwise because there's no indication of the kind of white froth that boats leave in their wake. Others have said that it's just the trunk of a tree floating in the water. Maybe, but maybe not. It definitely looks like there's something under the water to me, but you be the judge. Thanks to everyone for watching. Do you think that any of these are fake? Tell me your theories in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up for more. See you next time!